But all right. Anyway, for those of you who are just tuning in, welcome. You are in for a sweet surprise here for the NA Dota. It is going to be Bammysoy taking on Nouns. Game number 2 in this lower bracket finals. The winner advancing to play against Shopify Rebellion here in a best of 5 to qualify for ESL One Birmingham. A lot on the line for both of these teams. As a smoke up to the mid lane, we'll see who's going to find who.
You know, very interesting. Z-Freak chose not to start with teleport this time. You usually see that from the
rare.
Nature's Prophet. Yeah. I mean, it used to be Sprout. Oh, well. Good start for Nouns. I've seen this before. Gunner picking up an early kill into a second early kill, and then he destroyed the game. So let's be careful.
30 seconds.
I mean, Wyvern does get a decent ward placement there, but again, typically that ward you place so you can have information for a level 1 fight, and it has turned into Nouns getting first blood again. So pretty rough. What were you saying though before you were rudely interrupted by a first blood?
I think I was saying how Nature's like used to start Sprout. Then he like everyone's getting Quelling Blade, so he switched to teleport. He's now completing the cycle. It's like everyone expects me to teleport. I'm gonna get Sprout. Is it gonna work here? No, we kind of see why we've moved away from Sprout. That Quelling Blade just allowing him to get out. I'm curious. I'm gonna keep my eye on this lane. I'm wondering what his logic is here that he chose to start with Sprout this time rather than, you know, teleporting out for wards and then teleporting for the bonus damage in the lane.
Well, I am going to be keeping my eyes on this mid lane quite a bit because, again, this is such a bizarre matchup that we haven't seen in quite some time. The reason this matchup is good, for those of you who don't know, there's nothing Ember Spirit can do to the wave push from the Alk. He will just acid spray the lane, and he will just click the creeps down, and it's just rinse and repeat. Like, you have, of course, the Flame Guard, but he doesn't really care about it, so...
Is it too crazy to like Embers used to build Spirit Vessel? Like, how crazy is an Orb of Corrosion Spirit Vessel build on Stormstormer to just totally shut down this Alchemist?
It'd be... I don't think it's bad per se, but I think the problem is the reason this matchup is like also like really perfect time to talk about this. The reason this matchup is really bad is because Alk completely free farms this lane. Like, you have no pressure against this Alk, and unless you have a hero that can rotate in and kill him, he's gonna have whatever item he wants substantially faster than anyone else because of Greevil's Creep. We do see another kill top. We were watching it. It's just, you know, we were talking about some other interesting points. Fly finding the solo kill there onto BNC, quite nice. But yeah, it's like Alk will just free farm the lane. Like, there is just not much that you can do about it.
That is true, and because he's free farming, he could pick up a Dispel really quickly. I just think it's so good this game, though. There's so many tanky heroes. The Lone Druid, the Cold Embrace, Slardar's tanky. There'd be so much value, but I think you're right. It's a little off the very meta build of Mage Slayer.
Dude, I can't believe they did it again.
Man, they hate BNC.
So we talked about the difference between an Enchantress or nature, like versus a Nature's Prophet in the 5. In bottom lane, a solo kill comes out from Z-Freak, so a lot of death in these side lanes. But yeah, I mean, with an enchant, you actually can kill your lane opponent, right? As a Terrorblade popping the meta, and it ends up netting them a second kill onto the Wyvern, so he has to make a long walk out, and this is just a fantastic start for Yuma's Terrorblade. Wave is under his tower. He's got near perfect CS in the lane already. He's big chillin'.
Yeah, Terrorblade also much more aggressive than Morphling at the start. Meta giving him so much extra damage, and then the Reflection also providing that slow, a little bit of extra damage from the Illusion too. So yeah, we're seeing that come into play already. BNC already at 3 deaths. Far more kills this game than last.
Yeah. Yeah. See how well this keeps going. We haven't really talked about bottom lane though. So Sammy here on the Spirit Bear, or on the Spirit Bear. He's not actually a hero. You just play the Spirit Bear now. on this lone druid combined with a nature's prophet. I mean, they got the nature synergy here in the bottom lane. I mean, that's kind of nice, potentially. But how do you think, like, Gunnar doesn't seem to be struggling at all. He seems to be chilling pretty nicely on this Mars, as he's got his bracer going for his phase boots pretty much right away.
Yeah, the bear did get nerfed. The armor, especially dropping at level 1, it used to be 3 armor all the way down to 0, and we see him taking advantage of that. Acorn shot with the Blightstone, Mars being a high physical damage hero. This bear is a lot lower health than you might have seen in the past, and I think because of that they're getting by just fine so far. Anyways, maybe as the bear picks up more levels, gets its armor back, they might start to struggle here.
I'm very much enjoying this elf set more than I thought I would. Oh,
Got all the Christmas gifts.
Gunnar. He's fine. Z-Freak channeling that
about
teleport. He's like, I'm gonna get you. But he's baiting him. He's got a healing Lotus. They can turn it around. Lela's doing a lot of work on the Hoodwink here, just with that casual Blightstone. Like you said, the armor on the bear a lot lower than it used to be. Does have an urn completed on the Nature's Prophet, so he's definitely looking for a teleport rotation. You could look for top, maybe. You do have the Metamorphosis available. Fly 2 points in the enchant, so when that comes off cooldown, maybe you can get something done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
6-minute runes.
Oh, they're gonna go for it. The TP a little bit defensive, and they don't actually have the damage. They managed to just walk away. Slardar with that sprint, the boots first. Nicely done.
Yeah, even without getting the kill, kind of setting up, because with the runes coming up, you want your carries to be okay while you leave, your offlaners. So getting a nice trade in there, well, kind of countered a little bit by the Cold Embrace, just healing him up, and now they're going to go on Yuma, who fly one off to find a creep, but in that time, they jump Yuma and just finish off the kill.
I love this.
now heading to mid.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is under attack.
this is like such a sick find here for not only the Nature's Prophet, but also for the Slardar, who wasn't having the most amazing game. Bottom lane, Arcane Rune, or not bottom lane, but bottom rune. Mobe gets checked by the Hoodwink, but wins the 50-50 on the Ember Spirit, so Stormstorm are pretty happy about that. I'm surprised Mobe hasn't stacked his like hard camp at all.
Yeah, he's been putting a little bit more pressure on the Ember Spirit rather than leaving the lane. I saw him like walking under tower trying to deny and harass. The first power rune, the first 6-minute power rune I've seen Stormstormer get in like 5 games. And we see he's gonna put it to use right away. He's making his way bottom with this Arcane Rune. But use all his spells.
Ooh, there's the fort. They're gonna go for the dive. And Sammy, he's just gonna catch an enchant. He has the stomp to follow, and that is gonna be a pick off. Beautifully done. Great rotation there from Nouns. And immediate TP to the rune. Z-Freak is already here. We'll try and sprout away Lelis, but he gets him. Z-Freak will now be forced to TP on home.
Spear? Close. I like this. Before Ember left, he dropped a remnant down there. So he's like, yeah, I dare you to come back. I'll come right back and kill you. Although, I say that Mobe is getting his own return kill up here on Yuma. I have a tier 2. Yuma's pretty fast. Trying to lose sight of the trees. Nice jukes. Gonna keep him alive here. Mobe's
so
still
good.
looking.
Radiant's middle tower is
Really
under
nice from
attack.
Yuma to stay alive there.
I mean, his tower is gone with the rotation from the lone druid top, which is, you know, a little bit scary for sure, but not giving that kill on over the alchemist is gonna be pretty massive for them. Z-Freak
That's
comes in
true.
aggressively, finds Fly, but just Quelling Blades away, and he's out.
Even though Alchemist didn't get the kill, at least making the space does help a lot. 8-minute rune, who's gonna get it?
A regen. Taking that away from
Regen
the
for
Ember.
Alc.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, not that great of a rune for himself, thanks to his ultimate, but the mana does help a little. But I think he's more than happy just to make sure Ember doesn't get it.
Top lane, they found the lone
See
druid,
Samson?
Lelis. Dude, that bushwhack just did so, or not the bushwhack, the acorn shot just ruined him. He's gonna just burn him down there with that flame guard, 4 points in that. And that is 2 deaths back to back now on this lone druid. He has no summon for 45 seconds, so half a minute after his respawn, he's gonna have no bear.
Yeah, this is not the lane you're hoping for. Like I know on the net worths he is still relatively high on that lone druid, but lone druid is you usually pick him to be a lane dominating hero. He's a bit of a cheese pick in that way. Goodbye, Lelis. A bit of a cheese pick in that way, but he didn't quite get that. You know, he's just looking like a normal carry here at this net worth.
Oh my god, the blades are small Christmas trees.
Oh, that's sick.
I didn't know what they were because they were like in the backpack. They're just tiny Christmas trees. Okay, this set is way cooler than I thought it was. That's funny. Still not as nice as the Radiance blades in my opinion, but those are pretty good.
It does got some great sets. The game's old enough where there's some really cool sets.
Alk channeling the stun. Just gonna throw it at Stormstormer, who just chooses not to dodge it. He's got a sleight of fist, and he's kind of chilling. Yeah, has to remnant away. Good sprout block there from Z-Freak actually, and Moo's coming to the bottom rune here. Level 6 on the Enchantress makes it a little bit difficult to bring her down. Nice bushwhack, but there's gonna be a concoction from downtown, and that minus armor, baby. That thing hits hard. That is a 4-point concoction.
Yeah, concoction doing physical damage in case anyone didn't know. So all the negative armor actually just amplifies that damage.
I think did like 480 damage.
Gonna cancel that storm or that Ember's TP.
Gunner has the arena. Does he want to use it? He's trying to get Mobe, and he grabs him, catches both onto the backside. The spear connects. The chains are there. They brought in the Terrorblade. Yuma will fall. I'm sorry, Mobe will fall. But in comes Samson on the Spirit Bear, trying to tank through this damage. He's going to lose it. He has no resummon once again. And a spear connects. Oh, great Winter's Curse onto the Enchantress. Terrorblade finds the kill. Moo now on the run, does have a sprint. BNC in some trouble. Gunner a little bit afraid to go for more. Does have the Crossing Haze expiring now, though.
That was the widest spear I'd ever seen.
Yeah, right?
Nature's Prophet was like the way edge of that. All right, they get a tower out of that too. Very nice arena rotation.
Yeah, getting the Alk is pretty huge, especially to start the fight. And he is now queued up the Radiance. He had an armlet queued up for a moment, but now deciding that Radiance will be his item, it seems.
Yeah, bottom tower is pretty low as well. So if Nouns manages to take that as well, then they are going to really start restricting the map of the Alchemist. And you've got a lot of heroes who want farm. You got a Lone Druid, you got an Alchemist, you got a Nature's Prophet. Slardar is, of course, a core as well looking for a farm. So as you start losing your map this early, that's pretty concerning, because I do think Bammysoy needed to really come out ahead of these lanes. And although Alchemist is looking like he's in a good spot, I don't think the Lone Druid and Slardar lanes went as well as you were hoping.
That's true. He is just getting an uncontested tower mid, though, which is pretty sick for him. Top lane Mobe doing a lot of damage here from this Ember Spirit and the enchant as well, being quite annoying. But there you go. Go ahead and pop the Chemical Rage there. Just get away from the chain, so he's going to be safe. Z-Freak has some good vision placed here on this top side of the jungle, so he should be, you know, safe to kind of stick around or go somewhere else if he wants. Going for that early vessel, which...
Tier 1 token on the ground.
Like, where?
Sorry, I cut you off.
No. That's. I mean, that was all I really had to say. I didn't have anything else of value.
Gunner just picked it up. I don't know whose it was. I don't know if it's his team or... I don't know. Let me check the inventories. I was just so shocked. Couldn't believe it. It's just on the ground. Pick up your toys. That's really sad for... Okay, I think it was Bammysoy's, which is sad because the bear... You only get one neutral for Lone Druid, so when you get the tier 2, like that's when your hero and your bear can both get one. So now someone's just out of a neutral for a while.
Stormer, bottom lane. That concoction does a ton of damage with Boo on the chase. I think they, dude,
Big
they got
hit
him.
too from the Wrath of Nature.
That was sick. That was a really nice grab. That concoction came from like, what looked like so far away. That thing was from downtown.
Yeah, you can't disjoint concoction, but if he's in sleight of fist, like while it's trying to connect, he will dodge it in that way. But yeah,
Or like if you run over it, right?
Yeah, I think that'll also work. But yeah, Mobe being able to throw off that concoction, I can't believe it led to the kill. But yeah, the chain stun bash from Slardar. Good thing he had the right amount of bash hits for that.
All right, overall, pretty good start to the game here from Bammysoy. I mean, it is only a 1,000 gold lead. You are running an Alchemist. It is an Alchemist, you know, mid though, so he hasn't been getting like as much farming priority. That being said, he is cleaning up a massive stack in the triangle with his newly completed Radiance, and he's going back for his armlets. So this gets a huge influx of gold there, as he is now sitting at almost 10,000 net worth at the 15-minute mark.
Moo was working towards, I assume, a Mage Slayer. He's got an Oblivion staff, but he's actually switched over to a Blink, which I think this'll line up nicely with this armlet from Alchemist, and they can start just running at the enemy heroes.
I agree. I think what we saw last game was a little bit too passive on the Slardar items. In this game, he's realizing like, all right, I want to play fast. Like, we've got a Lone Druid with a Diffusal. He's going for, you know, standard Lone Druid items after that. We have a super farmed Alch. Like, we can't delay this game and allow like the Blink Daggers and BKBs to come out on nouns.
Okay, you know what? Alchemist actually switched off from the armlet, or he's still gonna get it, but he actually bought his Blink first.
Yeah.
So we have to see these things come together. You can't buy 2 Blink Daggers and then continue to farm.
I really like this decision. Well, they do manage to find a pretty great kill bottom off that Blink reveal, and there it is. Yeah, one of the best heroes you could possibly find. The Blink Crush right into just the chain stuns, and the fear, of course, from the bear makes it a little bit easier.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, Alk self-stunning in the mid lane. He was looking for the hoodwink Lelis, protected by a ward, at least for the moment.
Mobe's grabbed the DD.
Well, yeah, that's scary.
That's a great rune for this timing. All right, I like it. They're all up here on the enemy's half. They're in this triangle. Like, we're playing up here. Say that. Maybe they're going to find this Alchemist. His ult is running
expiring. Yeah, they do manage to catch the Ember Spirit on the back line. The fear does not connect in time, and here comes the amplified damage as well. Sammy going in aggressive, does get the true form off. They manage to spear the Slardar into place, but they've got to finish him off. The Virtuous Dale, the Cold Embrace. They've managed to buy some space, and Yuma gets a solo curse onto the backside. He will take down BNC. This high ground ward is winning them this fight. Ember Spirit goes down, but Sammy's going to join him. 3 for 1. A fantastic win here for the side of Nouns. Dude, like, going up onto the high ground there is great if you have the vision advantage, but that ward just destroyed them.
Yeah, Alchemist getting caught off there. Like, he was joining his team, and once he makes it on high ground, I think he's good. They'd be able to sit there and wait for the Alchemist ult, but the timing just worked out perfectly. His ultimate was ending. The Noun saw him heading over, so they caught him right at the entrance before the rest of the team, rest of Bammysoy could go help that Alchemist, and Alchemist just had to leave that fight. Yeah, otherwise he would have died. Well, he did die anyway, but you know, like, he was just in retreat mode. He wasn't ready to fight there with his team.
God, that's just so funny to watch. It's like Blink Crush, Amplify Damage. I actually used the old name for Slardar's ult. Jesus. Corrosive Haze into the 4-point stun and Wrath of Nature, and Bambi just instantly dies.
I mean, that shows they clearly have the damage, right? So it really did come down to the execution of that fight, that high ground ward, like you mentioned, giving them such an advantage there. It has now been dewarded. They realize what happened off of that. I hope they don't stop. I know losing that fight like that hurts, But I still think they have a good timing here with this double blink to just hunt down heroes.
Yeah, and they have the Mage Slayer coming out on Moo as well, so it's like he is still getting closer and closer to the items that he wants to do damage. The enemy Ember Spirit is definitely struggling this game. His Mage Slayer is done, but he has to build a Yule's now. They're going to see an Orchid coming out on this Lone Druid eventually.
Rare miss from Gunner.
Maelstrom first, but yeah, great jump here. Gunner gets a good arena, trapping the Slardar. Winter's Curse doesn't connect onto anything. Mobe snipes the enchantments on the backside. Slardar just get beat down by Yuma, and now BNC stuck in the center of it all. Great finds from this Mars as Sammy now will finish off both supports, fears himself away, goes to the true form, but in comes the Alp, the Spear way into a self-stun. You got no Alp to help you, and the Spirit Bear is falling. It's down to 1 HP. It finally dies, ticks down to the Mage Slayer, but Mobe looking for more. Maybe they will just respect this and cut their losses. Back away at the moment. A very close fight.
All right, it wasn't a missed spear. It was baiting the enemy to think that he had missed his spear. So they're like, oh, guys, he wasted it. Let's go. Turnaround fight there. Yeah, the Winter's Curse just not quite catching what they needed to. Arena keeping Slardar separated from his team, so he got killed off right away. And Mobe joined the fight a little late. I missed where he was at the start, but he just... It needs to be around the Alchemist. Alchemist is a lot of the power right now. Ooh, speaking of which, very close.
Where's the concoction? It's gonna hit it.
Yeah, where did it go?
Maybe Yules dodged it, or maybe it literally landed like as the remnant was going out.
Yeah, that is possible. Let's see if we can grab the rune here.
It's a regen top. He might just take it.
Yeah, happy to take that away from Stormer. We saw yesterday the power a regen rune can have on an Ember. Yeah, smoke play bottom. They're gonna head over to the Wisdom rune and the Tormentor. Oh, the Wisdom rune's not up yet, but they're gonna set up for it.
I actually really like this. This is such a sick play.
Let's see if Nouns realizes this is happening. When they see that pop up, they might think it's, you know, Bammysoy taking their own Tormentor. Well, for now, they're just looking for Samson. Gonna guess the wrong way, though.
Yeah, and they're gonna stick around here on the Nature's Prophet for sure, just to try and get this Wisdom rune. So, unless someone from Nouns TP's back, they're gonna lose their Tormentor and their Wisdom rune. Man, that is brutal. And the second Tormentor now will fall.
Slowly walk into it, secured. That's the scariest 5 seconds of his life. He's terrified.
Get me out of here. He does have Grove Bow done, the Shard, and the Spirit Vessel. One of my favorite builds for the Nature's Prophet is he's going to finish with an Orchid as his next item here. So, good stuff there. You have no BKBs coming out on the side of Nouns, it looks like anytime soon. They've got a Manta and a Yules, however, on Yuma and Ember, but no BKBs.
Nouns didn't find anything with that smoke, and they lost their Wisdom rune and Tormentor, but they are going to grab this Roshan, which is pretty nice for them because I do think Bammysoy wants to keep playing aggressively, and they would have liked to grab this first Aegis, which would have been easy with the negative armor from Slardar and Alchemist, along with like all these right-clicking heroes. But yeah, Nouns is gonna get that. They're gonna have some space, stick it on their Terrorblade, so he's safe to farm, do whatever he needs to do. He's really close to his Scotty.
Yeah, he is. He is super close.
Scotty is so good this game.
It's done, right? Yep, there it is. Yep. Sammy went back for a Mjolnir as opposed to going for the Orchid that he had queued up at one point. I think part of it is he had the Orchid coming out on the Nature's Prophet. So, Stormer actually just being way safer with his Yules. I love this pickup from him. Yesterday we saw him build like his Queen of Pain, like no survivability, and just kept dying over and over and over to the ganks from Shop. I almost said Spotify. From Shopify. This game, he gets his Mage Slayer, he gets his Yules. He also happens to find a Gossamer Cape, which is arguably one of the best items you can get against a Slardar. So this is, yeah, he's much safer to just split push here. Bottom lane, maybe Sammy might not be as lucky though. Gunner has the blink, the spear back to try and put him into the hands of his team, and he's gonna try and just make some space as the Old Embrace gonna be there for the moment. In comes the Slardar and the Nature's Prophet, though. They will be able to finish off Gunner, so it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. You got the Lone Druid, but Yuma, protected from the Aegis, will look for the Winter Wyvern. Stormstormer completing that kill, as Terrorblade is just taking a beating here at the moment. Z-Freak looking at TP on out. He will make it. Okay. Honestly, not a bad engagement here from Bammysoy. I thought this was going to be much worse, but...
Yeah, considering they were the ones jumped, Lone Druid, almost dying before anyone even got here, being able to find a return kill. Pretty nice. Or 2 return kills, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but still losing Lone Druid is really rough. And Mobe's back. He's looking for someone. It's going to be Lelis, the squirrel. Just hunted down, and Yuma in trouble. I mean, this corrosive weaponry stacks up. You can't get away from him. So he just has to TP in the bottom side of the fight. They found Stormstormer. He's got a remnant in 1. It's going to be a throne for the moment, but he's still so slow. It is an inevitable death here. It will be given on over to the Lone Druid. All right. I mean, somehow, or I guess not somehow, but now, though, that earlier fight, totally justified. I mean, you managed to get a kill back on the Lone Druid. Ember Spirit's off the map. You don't lose your tier 2 tower here, just barely. It's 60 HP.
And they've immediately smoked up to continue looking for kills, which I really like. Like, let's keep this going. Alchemist is very scary when he finds the right hero and just blink stuns and then just hits a couple times. They can kill anyone. It is the whole team fight dynamic that makes it a little more difficult. But when you've taken out a couple heroes, this is the perfect time to find some extra free kills. It looks like Nouns recognize that, and they're just going to play it safe till everyone's up.
Sardar's day vision, real sad. He was like trying to find like a hero up there. But if it was nighttime, right? He is one of the heroes. Actually, he doesn't have bonus night vision. Am I wrong? I might be stupid.
No, not him. I don't think so.
Okay.
I regularly check this information and forget it, like every month.
Maybe he just doesn't have reduced day vision. Maybe I'm just making shit up. I'm gaslighting all the Twitch viewers right now into believing Slardar is Night Stalker.
No, he's a fish. Fish have really good... Fish characters have good night vision.
Yeah, you would think so, right?
I don't know if real fish do, but fish characters in video games, they do.
I mean, it's so dark in the ocean, right? You have to imagine it's at least slightly better night vision. Nice pick off there onto the Wyvern. The whole team had kind of gone through the twin gates to bottom, scouted out by this ward. So they're like, okay, well, we can get the Wyvern. We can look for the tier 1 tower here as well. So nice little read by Nouns as they're slowly starting to pull back the gold advantage here from Bammysoy. But overall, I mean, this is a super close game. I'm really excited how this one's playing out so far. It's looking very fun.
Okay, I can confirm that Slardar does not have different vision. I was just double checking real quick.
Nice, perfect.
All right, while we're paused here and we can discuss about it, I do like the point you made earlier about Ember Spirit picking up this Yules, and I wonder if maybe that's one of the adaptations Nouns discussed over the break they had from last night, where you can't win 3 lanes, and sometimes you have to decide, like, who are we sacking? And if it's the mid laner, then the mid laner can't play the same way, right? The mid laner has to play more utility focused, more like, oh, I make space, I have like these kind of more defensive items, so that even though my game is rough, I am playing in a way that fits that. Like, maybe that's something they discussed, or maybe it's just something he's adapted to for this game. I don't know. We'll see as they play more games together. I know they found Samson. Try to do this. He does have a remnant, so maybe just playing around with them.
He did manage to get his bear pulled back to him as well. They tried to Atos it to stop it, but managed to get there. Mobe has to throw the sun on over to an illusion, but they are whittling down this spirit bear. It is getting very low. Enchantress nearly finishing it off, but looks like he will make it away for now.
This illusion almost came to finish the job.
Yeah, he's...
I feel like he turned around. He's like, oh, we can handle this. The illusion gets 1 hit on the bear. He's like, oh shit, run bear.
Moo thrown in the cage. Slardar should not be able to escape here. Yeah, not at all. I mean, they had no vision. It was just a scan. They just they saw like this bottom ward Slardar running up the lane at some point, I think, and they're just like scan the hard cap, like, all right, just go in, find something, just blind God's Rebuke to cancel any blink dagger. It was really sick.
Yeah, Bammysoy's really they've been playing the side lanes quite a lot, so maybe Nouns has been catching on to that, figuring, yeah, I bet one of them's gonna be here trying to steal our stuff. And they're right, they catch Moo there. Off of that, looks like they're just gonna go mid.
Radiant's middle tower is
Probably not
under
gonna
attack.
fight without all your team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What do you think about this assault Kuros picked up here on the Mars?
I think it's pretty cool between Assault Cuirass and this Vlad's. It's what, 9 extra
Dire's
armor,
courier
right?
has been killed.
Yeah, 9 armor for his team, which more than
Dire's
counters
top tower
acid
is
spray.
under attack.
Corrosive
Radiant's
haze,
middle
very
tower
powerful,
is under
so
attack.
you know that's still there. But yeah, I like it. I like all this extra armor versus this triple physical damage core lineup.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. I'm trying to think like if there's anything else you could build. Crimson Guard has felt like incredibly underwhelming outside of playing against some illusion heroes and being like an underlord. So it's like I don't think we'll ever be seeing Crimson Guard for quite some time. But you know, next item, I guess maybe you could look at like a Shiva's Guard for your team as well. But I don't know who would be building it. It doesn't really feel like a Mars hero.
No,
Okay, they've actually got
Ember's
it on
working
Ember.
on one.
Yeah, he's almost got it.
And it'll be really nice, the heal reduction versus the Alk. Well, looks like they were smoking to try to find someone, but self-stun. They might still all run into each other.
Yeah, they've got the Enchantress, but the Arena Spear comes through, and Alk is stuck. Gets saved for the moment by the Cold Embrace. Great Winter's Curse there from BNC. They need to get out. Alk just gets executed by Gunner. 2 heroes dead on Bammysoy. Z-Freak trying to TP to safety. He will make it thanks to the Sprout, so he's out. But they're looking for Sammy in this mid lane. Stormer and Mars in pursuit. The blink forward, the spear, the bear. Doing a lot of damage here, actually. But there it is, the bushwhack. And with the rotation from Yuma, I don't think you're getting out. They get the bear, they get the kill. And a huge amount of gold going the way of Nouns after that fight.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
they thought they were initiating on just an Enchantress running around, but unfortunately for them, that means he jumped in and it was the perfect position for Yuma. Yuma was just like, oh, I'm free. I'm just gonna meta and attack away. And we saw him put in the damage that fight.
I mean, you talked earlier about in the draft, like why the Mars versus like Slardar and heroes is so good. You don't have BKBs on anybody. Like there's no BKB on the Lone Druid. He's not a hero that builds it. You don't build BKB on Slardar, and you have an Alchemist who went Sanj and Yasha this game for some reason. So you drop an Arena, and those heroes are stuck there indefinitely. So it is just overwhelming in these fights, like how much you're getting out of the value out of this single Arena.
Yeah, it's a little surprising to not get the BKB. It's letting this arena set up for Yuma so well. Still, yeah, they don't have it queued up. I'm not sure if they'll go back to it at some point. This Orchid into Bloodthorn will be a lot of damage, but I mean, you got to be able to hit. And Ember already has the Yules. There is a Manta on the Terrorblade. I guess you can get the Mars with it and the supports. Actually, there's a Lotus on Hoodwink, so...
And about to be a Lotus on Fly. Like they're gonna have 2 Lotuses this game.
Ooh, what do you think about... I see Z-Freak's got a Shadow Blade queued up.
That's a weird one. Well, Sammy just gets caught out alone. Pumps the Disperser, able to get himself some space, but just be a little bit careful here.
All right, what if I tell you Winter Wyvern also has one queued up?
Okay, well, that's interesting. Big fight here breaks out, but Mobe just getting beat down by this Terrorblade as well as the Spirit Bear. The Bear's gone. The Arena comes out, traps in 2. Slardar's gonna fall. Yuma still searching, looking for BNC. The Winter's Curse gonna be short-lived though, as it doesn't catch on anyone. And a great Atos into Bushwhack. BNC goes down, double kill for this godlike Terrorblade. Z-Freak just can't even join the fight. Like, where does he go? Who does he TP on? It doesn't matter.
He saw that fight going badly, and he immediately started to push out another lane to try to get something out of it for his team. But
They're going for the throat.
they're going to call it. Yeah. They're predicting no buybacks. Even if there are, you at least force them out for the economy.
Still have the meta, right? Why not?
I got AC meta.
Hold Embrace does not save you against these heroes. And just like that, the GG comes out. And it's very similar to last game. We hit 30 minutes, and now it's just like, all right, we're going to win the game now, guys. Don't worry about it.
Simply win. It's that easy. Just choose to win.
Just will it into existence. Guys, the only reason you're losing your pubs and losing MMR is because you just chose to. You didn't believe hard enough.